It's time to start some sweet potato slips. So I thought I'd just talk about that and show you the basics. I did a detailed step-by-step video on this, so if you want to see that one, I'll put a link down below in the description. But this video is just going to be a little bit shorter, a little bit more basic. As you can see, I've got sprouts already going on these. What I did when I harvested late last summer or early last fall, I picked out a few of the smaller tubers and I stuck them in an exterior closet, one that's up against the outside wall of the home. And it gets, I'm guessing the temperatures in there is probably around 50 degrees or so all winter. But once we start having some warmer days in late winter and early spring, the tubers will actually start to sprout, as you see here. And I have some jars and some skewers, some wooden skewers. You can also use toothpicks, but I'm using the wooden skewers. I have 3 different kinds. This one is called Korean Gold. This one is just a variety I got in the produce department at Trader Joe's. It's a purple variety. And this is a red garnet. I also got it at a grocery store produce department. And one thing about trying to sprout some from the grocery store is that sometimes they're treated with some stuff that keeps them from sprouting, so it might take longer, so you can keep that in mind if you decide to go that route. All I'm going to do is just stick a skewer all the way through these. Then I'm going to suspend them in water. The growth part will go up and the other end will go in the water. Now I'll do that and we'll come back. To stick the skewer through the sweet potato, you want to make sure you're not to have your hand on the other side because you can stick yourself. So what I do is just start it. I just basically stick it in one side of the potato like so, twist it a little bit. And then to finish it, I just grab it with some pliers and make sure my hand isn't in the way and twist as you put pressure. Then it will slowly go through until it sticks out the other side like you can see here. And once you get all the way through the other side, then it goes pretty smoothly after that, like so. If you use toothpicks, you won't need to cut them, but if you use a wooden skewer like I'm using here, I found that just a regular pair of pliers works about as well as anything for cutting the skewer if they're too long. Then you just suspend them in the water like I mentioned before. Now that I have all of these in their jars suspended in water, these little shoots will start growing and those tiny leaves will expand and turn into large leaves. And once the shoots get about 8 or 10 inches long, I'll cut them off, stick those down in water, and they'll root also. And then once those rooted slips start to grow, it'll be about time to plant them outside once danger of frost is past. And by then I'll have quite a few slips to plant. Here's a quick look at some sweet potatoes once the roots and the tops start to grow. As you can see, they get lots of roots, and these slips grow pretty well once they get started. Once you get some slips that are ready to put into water, those also root fairly quickly. And once they root, those roots really grow, as you can see here. All of the red garnet sweet potatoes that you see here originated from that one sweet potato we bought at the grocery store several years ago. So you could turn one sweet potato into hundreds of pounds or even thousands of pounds of sweet potatoes if you had the time and the room. And here's a few of the sweet potatoes that we grew from that Trader Joe's type, the purple one. And we're growing both types this year too. You can grow sweet potatoes in straw bales, in the ground, in grow bags, or in containers. As you can see, you can start with just one sweet potato, grow some slips from that. Then when you harvest the sweet potatoes, you can save small tubers to grow the next year. And you can repeat that process over and over year after year. Let us know if you save sweet potatoes to grow slips from when you harvest. And if you're just now finding this channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.